this message found you today, it's very important for you to be reminded of the fact that you cannot rush greatness. Collective, a lot of you have a very big dream, very big goals, and you're asking divine, or you're asking yourself, why haven't you gotten there yet? And it's almost as if I'm just the messenger to remind you today that you can't rush greatness. And you know, it comes even further than that. You got to think about how all great things in life take time. It takes time to be approved for something. It takes time to work on something. It takes time to create something. And most importantly, what you need to remember today is just the fact that you are working on the steps to get to where you want to be. And divine is working behind the scenes to help make your dreams a reality, but you got to trust that his timing is always on time. So whatever it is that you've been praying for, working for, or hoping for to come into your life, whether that's a new dream, a new goal, a new reality, a new job, a newfound status, recognition. Maybe some of you resonate with being artists, musicians, business owners, something where you've created something and you want the success and the reach now. And it's just a reminder that good things take time, but you cannot rush greatness. You know, think of some of your favorite artists and some of the albums they drop and how sometimes it takes a little bit for them to drop that album. But when they do, is it not absolutely amazing? And that's because those people are aware that you cannot rush greatness. You gotta go with the flow, and you gotta really just remember that every day and everything you do is a step closer to making your dreams a reality. So just hold on a little bit longer, because you are about to be celebrating, and a lot of you are about to be celebrated. That could be it too. For some of you, you could have found this message because in the back of your mind, you're asking yourself, how come others haven't seen or recognized the talents within you? Sometimes God will totally make you just like really go through trial and error until you realize how incredibly great you are yourself, in order for everyone else to see what you already know, okay? Or the improvements you've made. For some of you, it really has to do with like perfecting your craft. So for example, if you are a creative type or you are creating something, there was a few things you had to learn. A few things you had to modify in order to bring in this big win, this big W, okay? Drop W's in the comments. For a lot of you though, this is stepping into your calling, collective. You could be an actor or an actress, okay? Maybe you're waiting for that big role. For others of you, you could be waiting for a big award. Remember, you cannot rush greatness. It's on its way. And one day when that moment comes in, then you're going to remember. And I hope you remember this message, or just the whole idea in general, that you cannot rush greatness, because when it happens, it'll be in a perfect timing. And also too, one where you're going to appreciate it the most, because you know how much you did to get there, how many steps you took, how many times you failed and retried at something in order to get there. And it's going to mean the most. A lot of you have a higher calling as well, so you might not even be fully tapped into your extreme potential yet. So you have a higher calling. Time to answer that telephone. You're here on this earth to guide others, okay? So just know that whatever this is, you're an inspiration, and once you get to the success in your life, then you won't have anything short of all the stories and all the steps it took to get to that greatness. Okay, some of you are really going to be viewed as a mentor, a guide, or a healer in whatever it is that you're creating or doing in your life. So try new classes here. For some of you, a new art class, workout class, or something within your realm of whatever it is that you do for your career or your passions in general is going to help open up your mind to a whole new perspective. So it's like there's still a little bit of wisdom you have to gain if you feel like you haven't created that whole wave yet that you're trying to be on. And trust, okay? I know the feeling. Every single person in the world knows the feeling of wanting to be somewhere and they're not there yet. But that's what makes life so absolutely beautiful and amazing, is the work it took to get there, and how you can be extremely proud of yourself for, first of all, never giving up on yourself, And second of all the work that you did to get there. That's what makes the victory that much sweeter, the glory that much more amazing. So remind yourself of that today if you feel like you're at the point of giving up on something. And especially too, when you feel like you're about to give up on something, that last pull through, that last push through is usually the one needed for the biggest win. So moving locations is here. Some of you maybe have been really working on moving, or you know when you move locations, that's going to bring about some new changes in your life as well. A new perspective in a new environment. Some of you, I feel like this could be a big move too. I'm not talking about just like moving in the same city. Some of you may be moving a couple hours away, a couple states away, a couple countries over, however you resonate, but you know where you need to be. And a lot of you, some type of moving locations is going to help you get to that finish line. And a solution is on the way. Spirit wants you to know that any past issues or struggles that you went through will seem like a distant memory soon. A solution to a particular problem is on the way. You know, sometimes in life you can feel like there's a holdup too, right? There's like all of a sudden an obstacle that gets on your path and you're like, come on, I did not foresee that coming. Even if you're extremely intuitive, sometimes there'll be a wrench thrown in the middle of things and you're like, man, I got to overcome that now too. But that's all part of the strength, the endurance, and the perseverance that God teaches us by allowing us to never give up on ourselves. So realize you're very in tune with yourself right now. All the decisions you're making, all the steps you're taking in order to get to where you want to be, it's all guiding you to that better place, to that greatness. So remember that no step is too small to guide you to greatness. Just taking a step at all is exactly what you need to be doing right now. Reconnecting with old friends may help you as well, may bring about some really just beautiful perspectives, because if you reconnect with old friends, you'll laugh about memories from the past or remind yourself of who you used to be in the past and how much you've overcome and how much you've changed and grown into the person that you always wanted to be. You know, a lot of us have a dream from when we're younger that we want to pursue, and sometimes you can lose sight of that dream. Other people can stay on track their whole life until they reach that greatness. And if you were in between, right, you could feel as though it's been extremely delayed to get to where you want to be. But think about how far you've come in the last few months, few years, okay, even decades. Some of you are working your way towards being extremely successful and realizing how far you've come. Wow, I didn't even realize that's in there. Boom! Realize how far you've come. So my intuition's on point, your intuition's on point. Trust yourself. At this moment in time, it's extremely important for you to trust that every step you're taking is leading you to this victory. So be brave and trust your path is here, okay? Spirit wants you to really just realize that you've come extremely far, and all the steps you're taking right now are about to lead you to this success. You could be a business owner. So I've got actor, actress, business owner, reality TV star or show. So definitely someone who's watching could be an actor. And if not, like I said, you could be an artist, you could be a musician. You could have been always thinking about starting a business. And if you're even in the newer stages of just starting or launching your own business, think about before when you were just thinking about it, brainstorming it in your head, and now how far you've come. If you're a musician, think about before you ever released music or even knew how to make music or record music in the studio, in your own house, whatever you do, right? And think about how far you've come to teach yourself how to overcome those hurdles to get there. Some of you, I never know who's watching, could already have multiple albums out. Maybe you're someone who wants to get on those charts. You want to be recognized. You want to have a huge fan base, okay? Maybe some of you are already there, but you haven't reached your total potential yet. And you're like, when's it coming? Well, once that moment comes in, then you're going to be like, okay, it's here, right? So it's always important to remember all the steps on the journey and just be extremely grateful for all the steps along the way. Some of you, okay, you're going to be signing a new lease soon, whether that's a car, home, or a job. So some of you, maybe you've been saving up to get your dream home. Can't rush greatness. God's got a perfect plan in mind, right? And also too, if you're someone looking for a new job, a new car, a new home, whatever this could be, or just working on yourself, He's leading you to exactly what it is you want. So never allow yourself to settle as well. And remember this, moving with a pure heart always wins. People know you're heaven sent, okay? And you should realize that all your dreams have been truly heaven sent from God himself. God just wants to remind you that you can't rush greatness. So I'm going to pull a few oracles. The first one says called. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. So if there's anything you've been merely just thinking about putting into action, working on in order to advance yourself to your dreams or your dream life, realize that right now is the time to take action, okay? Because some of you, if you don't feel as though you have a dream you're working on, maybe it's just your life in general. You want to manifest your true hopes and desires, and God is telling you you can't rush greatness, and you also can't rush him because his timing is always on time. You ever think about how something you could go through and you're like, wow, that worked out just in time, right? You got that phone call just in time. You got that good news just in time. You got that paycheck just in time. There's so many things in your life that happen just in time as well, because that allows you to really savor and appreciate the moment when it comes, right? So you can't rush that greatness. 7 Star Sisters is here. Birthing creations, expression. So be extremely expressive right now. Be extremely expressive in your ideas, your dreams, your goals, and your life in general, okay? Art is one of the most amazing things we have. Expressing ourselves, being creative, being someone who really just appreciates the beauties of life around us, even if it just means going for a walk in nature, you know, being grateful to have a good cooked meal, being grateful to spend time with your friends or your family, being grateful for your partner, always being someone you can support on. All those things are extremely amazing. Be grateful for having a favorite show you get to watch once a week. Be grateful for your favorite music. So Lost Lands is here. Soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. So realize whatever this is, okay? It's something you've done before, either in a past life or you've worked towards slowly. And so you're just being reminded right now to trust. A lot of you are about to walk into a portal. Collective, if you're new to the channel, since 11/1, okay, November 1st in 2024, I was saying that there was a portal open until the beginning of March, and now we're almost at the end of March. So know that we're stepping into a whole new field. But think about those months there, okay, those, what would it be, 3-5 months. Think about that time in between. Okay, I think it's 4 months that it took you from there to there. How much have you gotten over and overcome in your life or gotten closer to your dreams? A lot of you, if you just think back the last 5 months, think about how many beautiful positive changes have come into your life. And if you don't feel that yet, if you like disagree with what I said, know that that means especially your time is coming. You just have to have faith and truly believe. So portal, doors are opening. You decide wild card and rewards. God wants to remind you that everything you work for, he's about to reward you. So the more work that you've put in over the last few months, the more you're going to expect to see results. And others of you, if you felt as though there was a stagnancy, wow, look at this. If you felt as though there was a stagnancy in your motivation based on seeing a lack of results, sometimes it can be incredibly hard, but the more we motivate ourselves just to keep pushing through, the more you will honestly see results at the end of the day, especially when times seem trying or difficult. So motivation, when spring approaches, which, hello, we're about to enter spring, the flower angels urge you to spring into action. Amen. If there's something you've been thinking about doing, get busy and do it. So, you know, winter, one thing winter is good for is it can really bring about a lot of newfound ideas, because a lot of people, depending where you live in the world, can be spending more time indoors based on the weather, stuff like that, or hibernating, and also like holidays, stuff like that. And it's like during those months, you could have really come up with some awesome ideas in order to help you reach this greatness or this newfound dream life, newfound goals. Maybe you've come up with new goals altogether. That's one beautiful thing about us as well, right? Is what you wanted 10 years ago can change to what it is that you want in your life now. Maybe back in the day, you were more focused on your independence, creating success in your life. And now your goals could have changed, that you're more focused on finding a person to build a family with, or vice versa, right? And it's like, that's the flip side. And the beautiful part about life is Our goals can change as the seasons change, and God is reminding you that you've spent some time over the last few months coming up with new dreams or new visions for where you want your life to be. So now is the time to act on those plans. So believe in magic is here. Open your eyes and see the magic all around you. The fairy and the northern lights say you're a part of nature, so you're extremely magical too. So God is all around us in nature. And the beautiful thing is, it's like, even when you see something cool outside, you see flowers, you see trees, you hear animals, you hear birds, right, chirping. Think about all those different things, how beautiful and unique they are within themselves. And also to think about the life cycle of a tree. The life cycle of a tree loses all its leaves in the wintertime. It becomes dormant. And then come spring and summer, it grows into a beautiful, almost bigger, newer, better version of itself. And that is comparable to us, right? We're ever evolving into a more beautiful, better version of ourselves with more that we've accomplished. The same way that trees have a ring. You know how you can count the age of a tree each year that it grows another ring on the inside of its trunk? That's like you, more memories, more things you've accumulated, more things that you've gone through, more things you've experienced to create that inner wisdom, that inner knowledge within yourself in order to bring about the dreams that you once set out. And so really at this moment in time, realize, okay, that you're going through some type of spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. It's time to really just take the steps in order to move forward into your dreams before it even makes sense, and trust that God is the one leading your steps every single bit of the way. So I'm going to pull a few more messages for you, but at the top of the deck here, it literally says heavenly divine. So remind yourself, you are truly divine, you're a divine being, and you are absolutely loved, okay? And flourish is here, absolutely the best. The lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience. Wow. See how I'm saying to trust your intuition? You saw me shuffle, look what just came out. Exactly the words that just came out my mouth, collective. Shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life and learn from your experiences. So you're being reminded right now to really learn from your experiences and realize that every step that you go through, every step of the way, it helps bring you closer to your dreams. So lost and found, you're about to experience a moment in your life where you're going to remember dreams that you may have once let go of, and you'll also maybe let go of other dreams in order to make room for new ones. So I really hope this could resonate. I hope this could be a beautiful, inspirational message for you today, because collective, remember, you are absolutely amazing. Whatever you're doing in life, keep doing it. Go 10 times harder and realize that you cannot rush greatness.